bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minamnam na hanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minamnam na hanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minamnam na hanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now. gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
It's a Tuesday evening special coming to you live from the ENDERUN College's Gymnasium in Taguig City as we bring you the second day of the play-in tournament of your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 3 presented by the Shawarma Shack. Dito Team B ang bida. Our game at hand, it will be the UP Fighting Maroons seeking their first win of the tournament facing the home team, the ENDERUN College's Titans. We are live right now on the Pinoyliga Facebook page and YouTube channel as well as on Smart Sports and of course the Smart live stream app. My name is Diego De La Paz. I am joined by the man from the compound. It is Mr. Martin Diaz. And Martin, this one is an exciting battle because ENDERUN 1 foot in the door in the quarterfinal rounds, but standing in their way is the perennial UAAP contender in the UP Fighting Maroons.
This is a huge game for Enderun. A lot at stake here. What's good about them is that in their previous game, they had a really good game against a tough LPU team. And the keys to winning for them again is will Kenneth Wumba unleash the beast once again. He came up huge with a 40-point outing in the previous game. And another key here is will they be able to stay hot from three? They made 10 out of 25 threes in their previous game against LPU. And that's going to be key here for them against this tough UP team.
Yes, they came up big against the LPU Pirates to open up their play-in tournament campaign 102-97 victory, while the UP Fighting Maroons, they were winless in the elimination round, including their first matchup against ENDERUN, an 81-70 loss, by the way.
And for the players to watch out here for ENDERUN, outside of Kenneth Umba, it's going to be Mustafa Salahuddin, who scored 19 points in his previous game. Albert Libago with 15, and Rejoice Jimenez, who was injured for a short bit out of the tournament, is back, and he's going to be a huge contributor as well for the Titans.
And now let's go to the side of the UP Fighting Maroons. They're coming up from a series of losses to start the tournament. They went 0 out of 5 in the elimination round. Let's take a look at their previous game, a 61-57 decider against the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
For UP here, it's here's the keys to winning natin. You can see on the screen nandito pa si Denzel Walker, but he's not going to be suiting up here for the Fighting Maroons. But the players to watch out here are going to be De Luna, Sultan, and Sauler. Oh, actually, I believe that there's a little bit of a mix-up here.
Yeah.
But the key here for UP is Angelo Rivera had a big game in the previous game, and I think the biggest key for them is who's gonna step up to take on the scoring load for UP. That's always been the question. And I think if they can step up in bench production, they may have a chance.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And also not to mention the bench mob here for the UP Fighting Maroons. I had a quick chat earlier with Coach Potit de Vera, and they just want to get into the system. They haven't been able to really, get much practice time in because, again, their key thing here is that they need to get their academics going. So that's why they haven't gotten much court time. As we take a look at the key players here for the Fighting Maroons and the Titans, Angelo Rivero, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in their last outing, while Kenneth Umba, 40 points, 13 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 assists.
This is definitely the matchup to watch here. Angelo Rivero has been fairly, inconsistent in this tournament. He's had a couple of good games. So, again, can he come up big against this tough ENDERUN matchup?
And now let's go to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, with this report. Bianca, could you tell us something more about both sides, the UP Fighting Maroons and, of course, the hometown team, the ENDERUN College Titans?
Yes, Jago and Martin, and a different aura surrounds both teams in our last play-in game for tonight. As for the ENDERUN Titans, having less players cannot stop them from winning tonight, according to Coach Pipo Nondu, and they're also looking forward to hop into the next level as they win this game, if ever. However, for the UP Fighting Maroons, this is their chance to redeem themselves, and also Coach Potit de Vera is already here compared to last game, and they already have a handful of players, at kung may natutunan nga raw sila from last game, yun ay ang pagiging ready in underman situations. But Jago and Martin, kamusta naman kayo dyan?
Thank you very much, Bianca Tagarda, and yeah, that drew a couple of laughs from us. And
okay naman.
Definitely okay naman tayo. And yung magandang tanong here is that who do you think is going to get this victory today?
Now, I don't want to be biased, but I do think objectively, I think ENDERUN is going to come out here. Ooh. They're going to dominate the inside, and they're going to come away with the win today.
And Bianca, sa tingin mo naman, sige, I want to also get your take. Sa tingin mo, with the way that they've been preparing this game, sino mananalo today?
Well, Jago and Martin, I think this is a fair match considering that both teams are also facing challenges. Itong ENDERUN Titans, maraming players ang wala considering na nagpapagaling pa lang from injuries and sa mga sakit nila. While as for the UP Fighting Maroons naman, they have academic requirements that they need to fulfill. Kaya medyo distracted din daw sila. Pero kailangan nilang ipanalo itong game na ito for tonight. Gentlemen?
All right, and as for me, I think medyo mahirap, pero nga lang looks like I'll also have to go with ENDERUN Titans, especially the way that they've been performing throughout this entire tournament. It's been they've been consistent, though they've had bumps on the road that led them to fall down to the play-in tournament. But I feel like the Titans can go ahead and move on to the next round of competition, the quarterfinal round dito sa Group Edge. And now let's go to our Coliseum announcer Romel Santiago to introduce the starters for both the UP Fighting Maroons and the home team, the ENDERUN Colleges Titans.
Excitement continues here at ENDERUN Gymnasium. Live on the official Facebook and YouTube channel Pinoyliga Cup. This is the play-in match of the Pinoyliga Next Month Cup, presented by the Shawarma Shack. It's the main game of our today's doubleheader, featuring ENDERUN Titans and UP Fighting Maroons. Here are the starters. First, from the ENDERUN Titans. Starting at forward, number 24, Kenneth Umba. Also at forward, number 10, Rejoice Jimenez. One guard, number 9, Sean Manese. Also at guard, number 22, Joshel Gastador. And at center, number 15, Albert Libago. ENDERUN Titans head coach is Pipo Nontu. Now the starting five for the UP Fighting Maroons. Starting at guard, number 38, Mac Pastrana. Also at guard, number 30, Ali Shah. Coming in as center, number 37, Celson and Jigha. Forward, number 12, Jello Canillas. And at the forward, number 11, Cedric Ong. The head coach is Potit Rivera. Our game officials for this ball game, crew chief Erson Isuga, umpire 1, Kiamin Alap, umpire 2, William Bulacan.
Starters on your screens right now for both sides: Manese, Gastador, Umbar, Jimenez, Libago for the Titans. For the Fighting Maroons, Pastrana, Shah, Injiga, Ong, and Canillas. The UP Fighting Maroons sporting their classic maroon and black uniforms. ENDERUN in the whites and maroons. Ball is up and we are underway with our main game of the evening. The Titans with first possession to start this ball game. Again, the implications here, the ENDERUN Titans can move on to the next round with a win today, and they started off Joshiel Gastador, cha-ching from beyond the arc.
And that's a great sign here for ENDERUN. If Joshiel Gastador can get going early on, as DJ Howe is unavailable with a sprained ankle.
Jello Canillas drives and slashes straight to the cup for the first deuce for the Fighting Maroons. Libago. They go here to Gastador. Shot clock down to 12. Umba driving to the hole, goes down the middle and gets that lucky roll. Very familiar surroundings here for the Titans on their home court.
And a little bit of a LeBron shrug there from Kenneth Umba, who played through the contact and got that bucket to fall.
Canillas gives it to the right short corner. Pastrana relocates, can't hit that three-point shot, and the rebound by Kenneth Umba.
This is where Kenneth is so dangerous in the open floor.
Yeah, Umba kicks it out. 14 to shoot, and another three ball, this time overcooked by Joshiel Gastador, and it goes out of bounds. But great feed there coming from Sean Manese. And yes, that will be an interesting development here for Coach Pipo Nondu without DJ Howe, one of his better combo guards.
100%. And that's why I'm really happy with the play so far of Sean and Joshiel. They were both the backup point guards here for ENDERUN, and Sean has been kind of moved up to the 2 position, and so far he's handled it really well.
Ong fades, fires, can't make it, and the rebound by Kenneth Umba. He's now thinking of taking it strong, coast to coast, nearly does it. Second try off the rebound, and he gets fouled. the man beast, Kenneth Umba.
You know, he's a freight train coming
Yes.
downhill. We talked about it in one of his previous games that I think the next step for him is really developing an in-between game.
Oh, yes.
Post-up game, you know, where he can initiate the offense, dish out from there. Kasi sa ngayon, lahat ng mga atake niya galing sa labas ng three-point line eh.
I think after covering ito si Kenneth Umba for so many games here in the Pinoyliga Cup, I'm already starting to see a pattern here for the man beast. I think that's his moniker now.
No, for sure.
I'm calling it right now.
I love it. You
Yeah.
know that it's so fitting. You know, he's a beast among these men, and he's proven to be one of the best FSAs in college basketball.
12 to shoot here for the Fighting Maroons. A drive by Ong. Trying to find an opening. Ong flips up the shot, pero nga lang doesn't even hit the rim there.
This is the problem with UP at times. From the few games that I've covered with them, they tend to do a lot of isolation.
Wow, the three-point shot. Joshua Gastador. Uno, dos, tres. And it's a 10-2 start for the Titans on their home floor. Let's take a look at that three-point shot one more time, and it's brought to you by Smart 5G. That's two. Count that two for Joshua Gastador. We'll have a report from Bianca Tagarda on the other side of this break.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power. Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Kung dito sa Pinoyliga ay play-ins na, the academic calendar and UP ay papalapit na rin sa finals. And according to Coach Potit de Vera, marami daw ang wala last game due to academic requirements, but they have secured this night para makabawi and of course para maitawid ang kanilang next man cup journey, even considering their standings in the eliminations. But Jago and Morten, what are the improvements that you've seen with this UP team so far?
And thank you very much, Bianca Tagarda, with that report on the... And man, woo! A steal and a bucket there for Joshua Gastador. 8 points already.
I love this version of Joshel. You know, when he plays the one, he's unable to be as aggressive, especially now nawala si DJ Howe. And an early 8 points here for Joshel. He's cooking in this first quarter.
Very early, too early candidate for best player of the game.
Exactly.
With the way that the Titans are running the UP Fighting Maroons out of the building, and the up and under move is good.
Good drive there for Pastrana.
Yeah, Mac Pastrana. And Umba missing that heat check of a three-point attempt. And a near steal here for ENDERUN, forcing UP to that hard time trying to get to the front court. And Coach Potit de Vera definitely giving a piece of his mind to his young ward in Cedric Ong right here.
You know, Cedric Ong, you know, they have a lot of good guards. I think talented guards, UP. I think one of the things that I've noticed is that it's just the point of attack, right? Their points of attack usually come from dribble drive. I'd love to see a little bit more pick and roll, you know, from them.
12-6 is our count. The Titans now to their front court. They go to Sean Manese. Umba, that is far from his usual range. 12 to shoot. They go to Kenneth Libago. Albert Libago, rather. Manese driving, and the layup is good for Sean Manese.
Good strong drive there from Sean Manessa. He's really put on a lot of weight over the years. In that case, showing that strength as he got that left-hand layup to go.
And we got another foul on the floor, this time called against the Titans. Let's take a look at this drive to the basket. Sean Manese headstrong against the outstretched arms right there of the UP defense. 6 minutes and 13 remaining, and ENDERUN has sort of blown this game wide open, though not a safe lead by any stretch of the imagination.
You know, so far ENDERUN's come out here. They've been efficient with the ball. They've been aggressive. You know, UP, I admire the aggressiveness towards the rim, but again, they're going to need a little bit more ball movement, get people involved. so that they can really chip away at this lead here. Just a 6-point game.
19 on the shot clock for ENDERUN. Gastador, heat check 3, left it short. And the long rebound by the Fighting Maroons. And a turnover right there. Oh no, it was tapped last out of bounds by ENDERUN. 18 to shoot for the UP Fighting Maroons. Ong trying to drive middle, but lifting violation called against Cedric Ong. Ball goes back to to ENDERUN, and we see the first entry of Angelo Rivero.
See if Angelo Rivero here can get going for UP, the leading scorer in the previous game with 14 points.
16 to shoot. Manese on it. They give it to Gastador, back to Manese. Manese driving through the middle. The floater falls through. Very forgiving rims here in ENDERUN, and you definitely know it.
They've definitely been broken in. But, you know, in the absence of DJ Howe, Sean Manese and Joshua Gastador are really rising to the occasion here for the Titans.
Drive to the basket there, and there's a foul on a drive by Celson Njiga. Gastador unfortunately gets his second personal foul, and he will get replaced by Joey Panganiban. As we take a look at that drive, that headstrong drive, the floater, and that sweet, sweet touch, Sean Manese.
Sayang lang kasi si Joshua was, you know, he really heating up in this first quarter. Unfortunate that he got 2 fouls there. But you know, what a privilege to have Joey Panganiban coming off the bench for you, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Joey Panganiban, another key player here for Coach Pipo Nondu. I mean, it's going to be, well, definitely it's a big luxury here for Coach Pipo Nondu. And I saw you earlier talking to Coach Pipo Nondu. What did he tell you, by the way?
You know, I feel like Coach Pipo, he's aware that he's just a couple steps away from taking that next level.
Yeah.
And, you know, what we talked about was really just the absence of DJ Howe and what they need to do to really make some strides in this tournament. And he's expecting a lot from Sean Manese and Joshiel Gastador. And so far, you know, they've been performing really well. So I think the big emphasis for them is on defense. So I think they expect to win this game, and hopefully they can win it in a, you know, in a statement type of fashion.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially that, you know, they're a foot in the door already of the quarterfinal round, where their possible opponent, if they win today, would be the Benilde Blazers. Yeah, that would be a tall order.
Yep, a tall order for sure.
Yeah, Benilde, I believe, undefeated, just like their brothers from Taft in DLSU. And great defensive stand here by ENDERUN, choking the life out of the Fighting Maroons Team B.
Actually, ENDERUN is a deep team as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, they got some players on that bench. You know, Udal, Panganiban. Salaudin has really come into his own in this tournament as well.
Oh yeah. And a drive to the basket. Count that one for Jaime Teodoro.
Great drive there from Jaime Teodoro off the offensive board. And I think for UP, same as St. Dominic, right?
Yeah.
If they want a chance of winning this game, they need to be able to make the game a little dirty here, as we see here.
Yeah, the drive to the basket plus the contact, but he fails to make the bonus. Now play resumes. 6-point lead for the Titans.
This is actually one player that I haven't seen play, Duru. You know, and he's.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if this is his first game or if he's
Augustine
played.
Duru.
Yes, I don't know if he played before, but I hadn't seen him suit up in the previous games of UP. You know, Coach Chico was asking me about it if I've watched one of his games, and I haven't. So I'm curious to see how he's going to affect this ball game.
There's a first personal foul on Augustine Duru. 13 to shoot. Drive to the basket. They go to Panganiban at the left short corner. Uno, dos, tres.
You gotta love that. You know, Yoj Panganiban not known for his three-point shooting, so I'm sure that must be delightful for him.
16 to shoot. for the Fighting Maroons. And that jumper no good for Ali Shah, one of the players that Coach Potit de Vera told me that he's expecting more from, including ito si Cedric Ong, by the way. Cedric Ong, a product of St. Stephen's High School.
And we've seen, Shah and Cedric Ong come up with big games. But it's really just, can they put it together on a consistent basis?
Yes, I think consistency is definitely one of the things that you'll need to do if you want to stay in the lineup or even get yourself elevated into Team A. And right now, speaking of trying to elevate their game, the ENDERUN Titans calling a timeout, though they are leading by 7 with 3:36 remaining in the first. Let's take a look at that corner 3, Joey Panganiban. Cold as ice from beyond the arc. We'll be back after this break.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
This is your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 3 presented by the Shawarma Shack. Dito, Team B ang bida. We'd like to thank all of the supporters of the vision of Pinoyliga, Smart Sports, Amelie Hotel, Eastern Communications, ENDERUN Colleges, NLEX Road Warriors, and LGR Athletic Wears. Of course, a quick shout out to one of our good friends, the aviator, Justin Almeda.
Yeah. Always tuning in, the aviator himself.
Yes, and of course, Sir Ryan Cruz of LGR. Love their uniforms. Oh, what a play there for Joey Panganiban, cleaning up that rim and making that shot fall through. Getting the bump, the bucket, and a chance for the bonus, and it is the Shawarma Shack shacking play of the game. In, out, and back in again with finality.
Joey Panganiban, he doesn't really get to showcase his athleticism all the time here in Pinoyliga Cup, but if you follow him on Instagram, this dude can get up with the best of them.
And we got a series of whistles on the floor, and it will be an extra free throw here. Ooh. Oh, it's on Mustafa Salahuddin, and it will be 2 shots on the other end. Both teams in penalty quite early.
Interesting development here. A foul on the box out, so it's going to be the first chance here for Duru to establish himself. Let's see what he does. Oh, that's a good stroke.
Yeah, that's a good stroke for a big man in Augustine Duru.
There's a big void to fill here for UP, obviously, with the absence of Denzel Walker.
Yes.
Who, I don't know if it's official, but I heard that he's on the move. I don't want to say who, but seems like he might be moving over to greener pastures.
14 on the shot clock here for Sean Manese. They go to Udal. Now they go inside to Salahuddin. Salahuddin saves it to the wrong man. And a traveling violation called against Augustine Duru.
I love his energy, though, that he's bringing to this ball game. This is what UP needs. They need a dog who's just going to do the dirty work. And Duru signing up.
And we see the first entry of the game for Rejoice Jimenez and Doniel Udal, quickly subbed out by Coach Pipo Nondu. Barely a couple of minutes on the floor.
And interesting here, they're putting in rookie Jonella, who's also a high flyer. Could put on a little bit of weight here, but let's see if this rook can come up big.
Top of the key 3. It's off to the left. Second try. Swishing it in is Sean Manese.
It's so nice to see Sean really develop into his own. I remember covering him a couple of years ago where he was still. I think I was covering the game with you actually. And
Yeah, that was a long time back.
Yeah, and he was
That wa-
still quite raw.
Yeah, that was the big dance last year, and look at that play. And Mac Pastrana.
You gotta love the aggressiveness
Oh,
here by
yes.
Mac Pastrana, just willing his way to the basket over and over again.
Let's take a look at that play one more time. Pastrana going down the middle. Gets that lucky friendly roll.
Kinaliwa pa.
Oh. Trying to recall if Mac Pastrana has any relations with Kent Pastrana, a women's baller legend in the UAP.
Oh, 100%. She's a baller indeed. Yeah, I always wondered like who is he related to. It could be Ken. It also could be there's a Pastrana in the MPBL who plays point guard, and they have similar games. So I don't know. We'll have to double check in the halftime.
Oh yes, definitely. But if you on social media right now watching us on our live stream on the Pinoyliga Cup page or even Smart Sports could tell us more about it, let us know in the comments section.
Wild shot there from Janela.
Yeah, less than 2 minutes remaining here in the first period. They drop it down low. And the shot offline for Augustine Duru. Mustafa Salaudin hauls down that rebound. Gastador earlier
Good
had...
pass.
Oh, what a
my
rejection
goodness.
there. The two big men, Mustafa Salaudin and Augustine Duru, meeting on top. But that battle was sort of won by Salaudin after that foul. Let's take a look at that one more time. The rejection, but there was
little bit.
some arm there.
And good energy by Duru though.
Yes, you have to give it up to him. Probably he will be one of those. Augustine Duru will probably be next in line to replace Dikachi Ududo, or as I knew him when he was still playing for Guangming College, Kingsley Ududo.
Kingsley, there you go.
There you go.
That's what I remember him as well.
Yes. Salaudin hits the second. And it's now a 7-point ball game. A minute and a half remaining. Drive to the basket. And the shot up, but no good. And the foul is called against Rejoice Jimenez. And going to the foul line, that will be Paulo Galotera.
UP is very guard heavy, and I think with their offense they tend to really feed their guards, but I think they also have an opportunity here to get Duru involved, maybe give him a couple of possessions in the post. I just think they need to switch things up a little bit.
And right now, ENDERUN trying to attack here. Joey Panganiban threw it to the 20th dimension and to nobody.
That was a little wild from Joey. He's gonna have to be a little bit smarter than that.
And it's now a 6-point advantage for ENDERUN playing on their home floor. Cedric Ong swings it. Shot clock reads at 14. And a save to the wrong man, Cedric Ong, and great feed. Let's see who got called for the foul. I believe it's on Salaudin.
It's gonna be a second.
Yeah, and we'll send Selson Injiga to the 4.5 meter stripe. Less than a minute to go here in the first period of action. Again, the UP Fighting Maroons have yet to win a game in 5 outings here in the Next Man Cup. And they will need wins today and on Thursday.
It's been a tough tournament for UP. Especially when you ask the coaches and the priority is more on the studies, not so much on the training. It's going to be tough because all these teams here in the Next Man Cup, they mean business.
Exactly. Salaudin missing from point blank range. Reset here, top of the key, 3, and it's down the hatch for Daniel Udal.
That's what he does. That's what he's there for. He's there to stretch the floor. Daniel Udal.
9-point lead here for ENDERUN. Drive to the basket, Cedric Ong. Injiga overcooks that shot. And Joshua Gastador gets the rebound. Gastador kicks it out. Udal one more time. In and out. Long rebound by Panganiban, but throws it away. 1 second left. They need to put it up. And Giga from beyond the arc, and that nearly went down. And what a way to end the first quarter. Martin, your thoughts on how this game has gone so far?
Enderun's done an amazing job here of controlling the pace. I think they've been getting good looks. UP, it's been a little bit singular. I feel like they've gone to a lot of isolation. I'd love them to see them share the ball a little bit more and get inside the paint.
As you can see on your screens right now, the Shawarma Shack first quarter highlights in what has been an Enderun domination on their home floor. 28-19, 9-point advantage for the home team. The Titans romping on their home floor. Second quarter of action coming your way up next. This is the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 3, presented by the Shawarma Shack. We're back inside the ENDERUN College's Gymnasium in Taguig City as we bring you the continuation of the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 3 play-in round presented by the Shawarma Shack. It's a rare matchup on a weekday evening, Tuesday, April 8, 2025. My name is Yakada Paz, joined by the man from the compound, Martin Daez, and the third member of our panel, Bianca Tagarda. Shot clock at 14 for UP to start off the second quarter of play. The runner up and in. And the shot is good for Mac Pastrana.
Mac Pastrana is having himself a ball game.
Yes.
Willing his team back into this deficit.
Albert Livago cooking inside underneath the dunker spot. Brings this Enderun League back to 9. Cedric Ong can't shake off Kenneth Umba.
He checked.
A 3-ball. Uno, dos, tres. Mac Pastrana putting some cheese on it.
Going al fuego. Napapagutom ulit ako, Diego eh.
Again, you're treating me to some pancakes later after this game. Umba thought about the 3. Spins, misses, gets his own miss, and there's a foul called against UP.
You know, ayun na nga for Kenneth. Defenses are gonna start preparing for him, and as you can see there, now because he's coming in every single time from outside the three-point line, it makes it so much harder because he's running into walls.
Yes.
If he can develop a low post game,
Yeah.
he can get more single coverage.
Not only that, he will be more dangerous to cover because you wouldn't exactly read, yung kanyang patterns.
Yes, exactly.
Especially defenses now know that Kenneth Umba will be driving from outside, going in for his usual close-range shots.
Exactly. Binabasa na rin ng mga defense eh. So, again, and this dude's a workhorse. I know for sure. So,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that facet of his game develop. Might have to get him in the lab.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Match him up with you, bro.
Oh no, not me. Wag ako.
I know you a champ. I know you a champ.
I know, but this 37-year-old body might not hold up. Come on, Kenneth Umba is a lot younger than me. And a steal here by Kenneth Libago. Now to Umba. Kenneth Umba
Oh my goodness.
running through a brick wall. And there's a foul called against Celson Njiga.
You know, he's looking for it right now. Kenneth really turning up the aggression for the Titans here.
Yeah, 2 free throws on the way for Kenneth Umba. 8 minutes and 24 remaining here in quarter number 2, and Kenneth Umba hits the first. So one of the key pieces here for Coach Pipo Nondu, as the Titans have yet to recaptured glory in the Naasku, which has been recently dominated by St. Clair College of Caloocan.
You're bringing up some some college trauma for me, Jex. Could you know, that's what we're talking about. Oh my god.
Wow.
Pastrana's going
Yeah.
insane.
Mac Pastrana again pouring some cheese for that layup. And the jumper nullified before that. An offensive foul called.
I don't know about that one. That looked like a clean bump to me, but of
Yeah,
course the refs with a better angle.
Let's take a look at that drive by Mac Pastrana. Evading that defense of Kenneth Umba. Rivera launches a three, but off target. Barely grazed the rim.
Ill-advised shot there from Angelo Rivera.
Oh, Kenneth Umba missed that shot in transition, but on the second play, a foul called against ENDERUN. And Coach Potit de Vera not happy. That could possibly have been a charge from this vantage point, but our referees, saw it otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Coach. There was a lot of contact there. Unfortunate no call. But, they're going to have to just keep on playing. I think Mac Pastrana has kept UP in this ball game. Again, who is going to step up alongside Mac?
Yes.
He's going to need all the help he can get.
Definitely. 18 to shoot here. Rivero drives right.
Oh, it
Nice
seems like
bicep.
twisted his ankle here.
Shah missing on the second one. And Giga also missing on the third. And down on the ground. That's not good for Josiel Gastador.
Fortunate side here. ENDERUN already nursing a lot of injuries.
Oh, wow. Not good, especially that, aside from the injuries, Josiel has been playing good since the first quarter.
See what happened here.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, man.
Yeah, he twisted it while trying to mark his man.
Non-contact, too.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate to see. Josiel has been, like you mentioned, he's been playing so well in the past few games. And he's really, this is one of the things that we spoke about. I spoke to Coach Ripa about how, this is really an opportunity for Josiel and Sean to come into their own while DJ Howe was out.
Yeah, but that's not going to be good, especially if it will mean that their injury woes will continue to stack up on top of each other. And even worse now that he's being carried off the floor.
Oh, man.
That's not good.
Something you don't want to see for sure. So praise up for Josiel. Fortunate there. And yung pinakamalala doon is yung pag non-contact eh.
Yeah. Barely 3 minutes into the second quarter, and you wouldn't want to see that, especially coming from a player that's been playing good so far in this match, in Josiel Gastador.
So this is an opportunity for UP to get back in this ball game.
Yeah.
As much as we hate to see players get down in injury, again, opportunities here for UP to step up. Now, interesting decision here for Coach Pipo. He's going to go for a big lineup.
Yeah.
So it seems like Udal is going to play the 3 here for ENDERUN.
Yeah, more like a shooting forward here.
Oh. Well, kaya naman, yeah.
Yeah. Udal, the handoff here to Kenneth Umba. Launches a 3, left it short. And the board secured by UP. Now attacking is Shah. The fake pass, the spin move.
Oh, good move.
Rivera, short, undercooked jumper. Ngayon umatake, Kenneth Umba at the left lane. Gives it up to Albert Libago. Libago thought about the handoff, but gave it back to Umba. Umba, same spot as earlier. Bang! Bang! Boom!
I've said this before, I'll say it again. I love it when Albert Libago is running the offense. He reminds me of a Draymond Green. He's such a smart player, and he's able to get his players right where he wants them.
Offline jumper for Shah. And now Kenneth Umba attacking. Trying to find an opening. Umba kicks it out. Udal, another 3! Ichi ni San!
Oh my goodness, Udal, specialty of the house.
Oh yes, definitely some home cooking for ENDERUN. Canillas drops it off in Giga. And that one, a splash party for UP. Now down by 11. Umba makes his move against Injiga, lost the handle. Panganiban, baseline J, and that one coming off a broken play.
Good short stab there from Panganiban. But so far in Jiga, I've been impressed with his defense and his production here in the second quarter.
12 to shoot for UP. Injiga sets the screen. Galotera couldn't find an open man, gives it back to Rivero. Drives down the middle pero may foul muna, sabi ng ating referee. And it's a foul against Joey Panganiban.
Angelo Rivero really trying to be aggressive here, but he needs to settle in. Medyo nagigigil pa siya dito sa second quarter.
Oo. Caleb Lewanag entering the ball game for the first time para sa Fighting Maroons. And we see the entry of Zachary Dionela for ENDERUN. Should we say re-entry?
Oh, re-entry. I mean, there's gonna be chances here for this young buck, right? Oh.
Wow, Rivero with that rainbow shot falling through. All nylon, no iron.
This is really the next step for Dinella. He's got to put on some weight because you know how it is here. It's a physical game, but
yes,
doesn't take away from his talent.
Libago, nice find to a cutting Sean Manese, but that one parang nag-butterfinger siya.
Oh, but I'm telling you, Libago has the vision.
Yeah.
You know.
And now let's go to our courtside reporter Bianca Tagarda with this report. Bianca?
We need to rest some guys, says Coach Pipo Nondu, dahil unti-unti na nga raw pinipitas ang mga players niya ng injuries. However, the ever-resilient Titans continue to show up despite being in a dilemma of showing their best to win while at the same time playing with caution dahil nga they can't afford to lose any more players. Unfortunately, kani-kanina lang ay nabawasan na naman sila ng isa, that is Gastador, due to a bad fall resulting to a sprained ankle. Now let's go back to Jago and Martin.
Thank you for that update, Bianca Tagarda, on that injury situation on Joshiel Gastador. He was doing so well during the first quarter and early part of the second period. And then we only saw him just crumple to the ground.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And now to the foul line. This is Angelo Rivero.
Actually, see Angelo Rivero, Angelo or Angelo, I'm gonna have to confirm that, but he has natural talent. You can see he's cut from the same cloth as Richie. I think it's really just opportunity for him.
Nice. 41 to 32 is our count. Late in the second period of play, past the halfway point. Here come the Titans. Jimenez tried to go eye in the sky play there with Albert Libago, but first a holding foul called against the Fighting Maroons. And they call it against Jello Canillas. Third personal foul, so one of the first Fighting Maroons in foul trouble. And Cedric Ong recalled from the bench. Libago tried to go to the handoff with Umba, and they successfully do so. 7 to shoot. Umba for 3. Left it short. And the rebound by the Fighting Maroons. Rivero. Nice entry pass to Canillas. Canillas badly missing that. And a miss on the reset by Jaime Teodoro. Wow! Joey Panganiban! Nagkape sa ere with that hang time.
Ala Iceman yun, eh?
Oh.
Beautiful finger roll there by Joey Panganiban.
Rivera tried to drop it off underneath, but deflected by Albert Libago. Cedric Ong returns to the ball game as we take a look. Joey Panganiban.
So graceful in the air.
Yes, definitely bringing the air up there inside their home floor.
Janela gonna get another chance here to prove himself.
Another 3 ball by Rivero, but left it short. And Teodoro on the reset. Out rebounding Mustafa Salahuddin. 3:09 left in the second, and Coach Pipo Nondu calls timeout. And looks like the Titans were a bit lost in that last possession. Let's take a look at that one more time. Left it short, and the putback is good for Jaime Teodoro. Back in a moment with 3:09 remaining in the second period.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
43-34, Enderun in the lead, but Coach Pipo Nondu sensing something is off, and he called that last timeout. The Fighting Maroons scoring on that last possession courtesy of that putback by Jaime Teodoro.
I think the biggest thing here for Coach Chipo is he doesn't want the momentum to shift too much, right? They're in control of this ball game. He wants to be able to sustain it, especially with a lot of his players out with injury.
Manese to Salahuddin. 12 to shoot. Salahuddin in no man's land. Gives it back to Manese. Sets the screen. Top of the key, three. Joey Panganiban missing, but gets his own miss. Oh, and his pass a little too strong. And it's a broken play here for the Titans. 8 to shoot. Manese dancing, bobbing, weaving. Lost the handle underneath. And it will go UP's way.
Ito na nga, without the likes of a DJ Howe, especially now the non-Umba minutes, right? Who is going to create on the floor for the Titans?
Rivero, scoop layup and in. And here come the Fighting Maroons marching all the way from Diliman, trying to steal away the home court advantage of the Titans.
That looked all too familiar. Ala Richie yung galawan na yun.
Yeah. Sean Manese gives it inside to Salahuddin, but on the entry, a foul against the Fighting Maroons.
So you feel UP gaining a little bit of momentum here. Let's see how they can finish out this first half.
Less than 2 minutes remaining sa ating first half, and now Mustafa Salahuddin earns a trip to the foul line with both teams in penalty the rest of the way this first half.
Mustafa Salahuddin is the future here for Enderun, and he's a solid low post player, and he's developed into a pretty consistent free throw shooter as well. So I'm going to be curious to see as well how he develops in the coming years.
That was a sweet, sweet stroke for a big man. Mustafa Salahuddin making 2 out of 2 from the line. Now the Fighting Maroons having a hard time bringing it up court. Still in the hands of Cedric Ong. The stop and pop, no good. And Salahuddin gets the board.
Yan talaga yung laro ni Cedric Ong. Mid-range game talaga yung gusto niya.
Oh. Sean Manese drives right. Drops it off for Salahuddin, but it was in heavy traffic. And a steal by Salahuddin. Gives it to Joey Panganiban. Panganiban, the step through to the layup. Continuation play in the offing for Joey Panganiban.
It hasn't been pretty for Enderun so far in this final stages of the second quarter, but Joey Panganiban has been coming up big, especially with the hustle points here.
That is the Shawarma Shack shacking play of the game. Joey Panganiban. That was a sweet, sweet layup. And the bonus as well. It's now a 12-point ball game in favor of the Titans. Rivero goes down the middle. The kick-out pass. Left short corner, but off the mark. Second chance opportunity. The reverse is in.
Chidoro is very deceiving with his style of play. Not the biggest player out there, but he's physical, he's tough, and he's gritty.
Jaime Teodoro, with those rebounding plays, making things happen for the Fighting Maroons. And now Mustafa Salahuddin making things happen for the Titans in the absence of Kenneth Umba, who is taking a quick breather.
I mean, Salahuddin can get that every time here. Especially with no FSA for UP on the floor.
Cedric Ong loses the handle, kicks it out to Rivero. Rivero down the middle, short on that jumper. And Cedric Ong saves it to the wrong man and goes out of bounds. Let's take a look at that LGR rebound of the game and the putback as well for Mustafa Salahuddin. Shot clock is off. Last shot time here for the Titans. Manese gives it up to Joey Panganiban. The kick out pass. 3-ball launched, but no good. On the putback, still no good for Zachary Janela. And that ends the first half of play. And that's been an entertaining first 20 minutes of action. And what's your assessment so far on the first half of action as we take a look at the second quarter highlights brought to you by the Shawarma Shack?
I think UP has done a good job of staying in it. You know, I think ENDERUN they struggled a little bit towards the end of that second quarter and getting to their set. So for UP, again, it's all about creating havoc on defense and being able to shoot early in the shot clock so they can get a little bit of momentum here.
And at the halftime break, it's a 12-point advantage for the ENDERUN College Titans. 50-38 against the UP Fighting Maroons. Don't go away. We got more action coming your way here in the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 3 play-in round presented by the Shawarma Shack.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam nung nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Mga kaliga, for our halftime interview, I'm here with a fighting maroon. That is Polo Dava. Now, good evening, Polo, and thank you for joining me in this halftime interview. And you told me nga na it's been a month since you stopped playing due to your back injury. But can you tell us the story on how you got into UP?
Well, I took the entrance exam for UP, and ever since I got into UP naman, I just figured to myself that I could still pursue being an athlete in UP. So I tried out for the team, and thankfully I'm here with the team right now.
And we hope to see you play soon and you get recovered, fully recovered from your injury. But second is that, how does it feel to wear a UP jersey or to play for UP?
Well, it's a very rewarding feeling for myself, obviously, because I get to represent school. It's my dream school, actually. So very rewarding feeling for me. I feel very proud that I get to wear the jersey. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure that my family and my teammates are very supportive of it too. Thank you.
And I'm sure they're also very proud of you. But lastly, would you like to give a shout out to thank someone or to greet someone live?
First of all, I want to give a shout out, obviously, to the UP community for always supporting us in our games. A big shout out to my parents that are abroad right now, and to my siblings that are also probably watching the live right now. My friends, classmates in school, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you as well, Polo Dava. And again, that's all for our halftime interview. We'll see you in a while, mga kaliga.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam nung nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack.
gigabytes of all-access power. To do it all! Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now!
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all!
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now!
We're at halftime in this battle between ENDERUN and UP Fighting Maroons here in the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup play-in round. At the halftime break, it's a 12-point lead for the Titans on their home floor, 50-38. My name is Diego De La Paz, and I'm joined by the man from the compound, Martin Daez, and our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda. And Martin, let's now break down the halftime stats. So far, ENDERUN has been shooting the lights out from beyond the arc, and not to mention, they've been more aggressive against the Fighting Maroons, hence this 12-point advantage.
So as we see here, ENDERUN shooting well from three, and that was as expected, 6 for 16. I think UP has done a good job of staying aggressive, but I think ENDERUN has really controlled that paint. As you can see, 21-14 here on the rebounding department. Assists and turnovers not too far off, but for UP, they really need to double down on defense, get out in transition, and make this game a little bit faster.
As we take a look at the leading scorers, Joey Panganiban, 16 points so far. Kenneth Umba with 9, and Joshel Gastador, who unfortunately went down with an injury, 8 points, all in the first quarter of action. Pastrana with 15 points, Teodoro with 6, with those steals of rebounds and putbacks, and Rivero also with 6 points for UP.
I think for UP, the usual suspects that we expected to play well are playing well. I love that Angelo Rivero has been extra aggressive. So, this game is still within reach. Again, it's really about establishing their defense and establishing the pace of this game. They can't give in to ENDERUN, who's been continuously kind of slowing it down.
Oh yes, definitely. The way that ENDERUN has been controlling the tempo of this match, it's been to their favor.
Yes.
And not only that, the way that Kenneth Umba has imposed his will against UP in this game so far has been amazing, to say the least. But of course, big props to Joey Panganiban, who stepped up big in the second quarter in lieu of that absence by Josiel Gastador after going down with that injury.
Oh, 100%. I think this is the best shooting game of Joey Panganiban that I've seen.
Albert Libago, step through move. That overstep to the layup is good against that heavy defense of Agustin Duru.
Nako. And then Libago giving a little bit of a taunt there. Kinain daw ng buhay. And there with the response is Mac Pastrana.
Yes.
Oh, this guy is cold.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bonus free throw on the way for Mac Pastrana.
Mac Pastrana having himself a ball game here.
But missing that bonus free throw, that could have made it an 11-point ball game. Umba gives it to Joey Panganiban. Now they go to Sean Manese. Manese trying to drive right. Block there and 3-ball. And it's a miss for Doniel Udal.
A rare miss that.
Oh. Here comes Cedric Ong. Ong trying to make a move, driving right. And Cedric Ong straight to the cup. There's a main reason why the UP program got this guy right here, Cedric Ong.
I mean, he had a huge game in the regular season where he exploded for 20 points. And, you know, since then, he's kind of gone on a dry spell. So, signs of life here from Cedric Ong. Hopefully, he can get going in this ball game.
Of course, Cedric Ong hailing from the program that that was formerly held by... Oh, what a block there by Kenneth Umba on Cedric Ong.
Tough ass there from Cedric Ong against a very agile Kenneth Umba.
As I was saying, Cedric Ong played for the program formerly held by Coach Goldwyn Monteverde, which is St. Stephen's High School.
Yes.
Also, a great alumnus there from St. Stephen's. Of course, itong si... trying to remember his name. Yung trying to remember... Christian Luanzon, there we go.
Christian Luanzon, there you go.
Yes. They were a 1-2 combo. You know, Coach Goldwyn and then Christian Luanzon being his top forward center at the time, back in the late 90s.
And, you know, obviously Christian Luanzon went on to have, you know, a solid career. And I think Coach Goldwyn has really proven to be one of the best and premier coaches here in the Philippines in terms of player development as well.
And a steal there by Cedric Ong. And now he gets the ball back, trying to make his move. Ong. Oh wow,
Ezzy.
Leaving Libago in the dust and makes that midi. And now it's down to a 10-point ball game. Let's see if that will start something for UP.
That was a silky sweet move from Cedric Ong.
Umba gives it to Udal. The handoff to Joey Panganiban. Stuck there in no man's land. Trying to drive baseline and he steps out of bounds. Lost real estate. And it will go back to UP.
Joey Panganiban a little too aggressive on that one. And as he apologizes to Coach People for that turnover.
Mac Pastrana trying to make his move against Joey Panganiban. Gave it up there for Ali Shah. They kick it out. Pastrana, they go back inside. And a tough shot there for Agustin Duru.
That's what I'm saying. You got to get your big men involved, especially for UP. Agustin Duru has been doing a lot of good work on defense. Reward him by giving him some paint touches.
Umba driving middle, gets harmed, and nearly gets a three-point play there. And the foul against Cedric Ong.
You know, that's the thing about Kenneth Umba. When he has his mind set on getting to the basket, half the time, or more than half the time, he's going to get to the basket.
2 free throws on the way. Kenneth Umba takes and makes the first.
And a little bit of a shout out here, but how about these jerseys by ENDERUN, created by Under the Radar, a former And the owner of Under the Radar, if you weren't familiar, is actually Robbie Castro, a former player of ENDERUN.
Robbie Castro.
Yes.
That name sounded familiar to me.
Yeah, so shout out to Rob, making his own moves, building his own sportswear brand.
And that turnaround jumper, iron deficient for Augustine Duru. Oh! Kenneth Umba! Flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Dunk you very much.
I think Kenneth Umba felt the energy in the air, needed a little bit of a awakening up here, and he just shot that like a cup of espresso.
Oh, wow. And the turnaround shot, no good, but it will be 2 shots on the way.
Take a look at this.
Kenneth Umba throwing it down, and if you would look at the socials of Pinoyliga Cup, you will see him with a couple of throwdowns during warm-ups at the start of this game.
I mean, Kenneth Umba, if there's a Pinoyliga, Boss Benny, baka pwede tayo mag Pinoyliga dunk competition. This guy, he could go crazy.
And let's go to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, with this report. Bianca?
City boy Ali Shah from Alabang feels proud to be part of the UP legacy. Kaya naman every game in this tournament ay sinusulit niya to show off his skills regardless of the odds. Recruited since 2022, Ali shares na every time na sa game siya, what's on his mind is to just take shots. It doesn't matter whether it's a basket or not, what matters is he tried. However, this play-ins, Ali does not want to waste any opportunity, but let's see if he gets the best out of his shots tonight. Now, Jago and Martin, how would you describe Ali from his past performances?
Thank you very much, Bianca, for that report. And so far, basing on what Coach Potit De Vera told me about Ali Shah, he's expecting big things from this guy together with Cedric Ong.
Yep.
So, of course, not to mention, of course, Celson Njiga and, of course, their big man in Augustine Duru. So, if one of your lead assistant, if one of the lead assistant coaches of Coach Goldwyn, and of course a staple in the UP program, and Coach Potit De Vera is expecting big things from you, that means the program wants you to be a huge part of their future.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think even at the start of this tournament, there were big expectations for Ali Shah. I don't think he's really established himself just yet. I like his mentality that he wants to be aggressive, but I do think at times he needs to be able to let the game come to him, hit a couple open shots, get into a rhythm. I think a lot of the times that I've seen him play, and I hope he tunes in and he watches the replay because this is like genuine advice.
Yeah.
I think that he needs to keep the simple things first in check, and then the game will come to him. Kasi nakita ko naman may galaw siya.
Yeah, as you see that Kenneth Umba tried to drive to the basket against 2 UP defenders, and he will take 2 from the 15th parallel. But I think that aggressiveness there shook and stirred Kenneth Umba just like a James Bond martini. That's why he missed the first. Readjusts his shot, and makes it the second time around.
Yeah, I feel like Kenneth Umba is a great leader here for ENDERUN as well. You know, he just brings so much energy to the table.
You know, he is a shot of espresso and more, or including a bottle of energy drink as well for the ENDERUN College Titans.
Para siyang hinalo na barako tapos cobra.
Wow. A shot of coffee and an energy drink in one. I don't know if it will give you palpitations or just too much energy.
It gives you the beast man.
Yeah, the man beast.
The man beast, sorry.
And speaking of him, deflecting that shot attempt, top of the key 3, and that one offline for Angelo Rivero. Now Kenneth Umba getting a full head of steam. Kicks it out, and a miss by Odal. Rebound secured by UP. Now Angelo Rivera spins, pulls back out, gives it to Augustine Duru. Shot clock down to 12. Back to Rivera. Rivera gets Udal.
Nice
drop off and the slammer! Jammer for Augustine Duru.
You gotta be able to find Duru more. He's been active, and I really think that he can kind of impose himself inside.
Panganiban Trying to look for a teammate here. Gives it to Umba. Umba driving middle. Gets harmed.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Continuation play for Kenneth Umba.
He is just so dangerous coming downhill.
Let's take a look at that nice find one more time. Angelo Rivero. Nice find to Augustin Duru.
Kenneth Umba putting on a master class right now.
Yeah. But you gotta love that flush from Augustin Duru to at least, match the energy given here by ENDERUN. Let's take a look at that drive one more time. Kenneth Umba.
Ang galing kasi ni Kenneth magmanipulate ng bola eh.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in air.
Oo. Bonus free throw in and out for Kenneth Umba. Na umaatake dito ang UP Fighting Maroons. And Paulo Galotera nearly lost it at the baseline, but last touch called on Sean Manese. Nikolai Ong re-entering for the UP Fighting Maroons, and so is Mustafa Salahuddin, giving Kenneth Umba some well-deserved rest.
Great minutes there for Kenneth Umba. Let's see if Salahuddin can sustain his energy.
And on the inbound, Joey Panganiban called for that foul, and it will be 2 shots on the way for Jaime Teodoro. First free throw down and in, up and in rather, for Jaime Teodoro. Seven minutes down, 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 2 out of 2. And Daniel Udal replacing Joey Panganiban after committing that last foul. Handoff here to Zachary Dionela. Lost the handle. Stolen away by Rivero. Spin cycle move. Tried to drop it off to a teammate, but he lost real estate at the baseline.
Again, I appreciate what Angelo's been doing. He's really been trying to be aggressive in this ball game. And it's opened up a couple of opportunities. He's just got to keep his foot on the gas.
70 to shoot for ENDERUN. Rejoice Jimenez also back in the fold for ENDERUN. Manese gives it up. Daniel Udal. Bang! Bang! Boom!
He wasn't going to stay missing. Daniel Udal, specialty of the house. Big 3 there.
Back to a 12-point ball game for ENDERUN. Fall away jumper, no good for Rivero. And Salahuddin corrals that rebound.
Good defense there from Janela, the rook. Showing signs of promise here.
Oh, yes. Rejoice Jimenez. Manese. They drop it down low. Oh, my goodness. Mustafa Salahuddin. Drop it low.
That's barbecue chicken for Mustafa Salahuddin. Good look there from Sean Manese.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Home cooking for the ENDERUN College Titans. Galotera takes it out. 12 to shoot. Teodoro gets swarmed by both Udal and Salahuddin, and there's a foul against ENDERUN.
Udal unhappy with that call, but you see here.
Let's take a look at that Eastern Communications assist of the game. Mustafa Salahuddin gets fed by Sean Manese. First free throw down and in for Jaime Teodoro. Less than 2 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3, and Teodoro splits his charities. And here comes ENDERUN to their front court. Manese, Rejoice Jimenez, and there's a foul. And it's called against Caleb Liwanag. Not exactly a bright spot there for UP.
Yeah, I mean, they had just a little bit of momentum coming in, so I don't think that's going to put them in the penalty just yet. But again, you want to be careful and stay out of foul trouble.
Exactly. Both teams have been in foul trouble in the first 2 quarters. Dionela lets it fly in and out. And the rebound by Jaime Teodoro. Forward pass. They go back to Rivero. Rivero at the right wing. Dumps it down low. Teodoro.
Man, this kid is tough.
Yeah. Jaime Teodoro, very deceiving for that size of his.
Yeah.
Rejoice Jimenez down the lane. Gets fouled, and he will take 2 from the line.
Good drive there from Rejoice Jimenez. You know, Rejoice Jimenez was really coming into his own before he went down with a finger injury.
Oh.
And now he's back in the lineup, trying to get back his traction here for the Titans.
Trivia time. Actually, the first time I covered Rejoice Jimenez was for a Phil Chai club tournament back in 2023. So yeah, I'm pretty much familiar with this guy's game over here, but looks like he's trying to regain his touch.
Yeah.
Trying to regain his form, but looks good so far.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rejoice Jimenez gets that rebound. Nobody, they were caught napping both sides of the floor, except for Rejoice Jimenez.
Yeah. I mean, he made up for those 2 missed free throws.
Yeah. They go underneath to Nikolai Ong. Galotera driving. The shot no good, and Salaudin gets the rebound. 3-second differential between game and shot clock. Sean Manese too deep underneath the basket. Galotera. Veer step, missing that layup. 10 seconds remaining. Manese. 7 to shoot. They go inside. Mustafa Salaudin, the big man, gets fed once again. That same play as earlier. Half-court shot, no good for Angelo Rivero. That ends 3 quarters of play between Enderun and UP. 69-54, a nice lead for Enderun as we take a look at the third quarter highlights. And your thoughts so far on this match?
I think Enderun's really, dialed in, especially in the second half. Some great decisions by Sean Manessa, and way to finish off that quarter with Mustafa Salaudin establishing himself inside.
That's your score after 3 quarters of play. Fourth quarter of action in your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup, presented by the Shawarma Shack, coming up next.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya ang pagdalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
And this is your Amelie Hotel Manila Fun Fan Fam. We got a good sized crowd here at the home court of the Enderun College Titans here in Taguig City. Final 10 minutes of play. Will we see Enderun advance into the quarterfinal round of Group Edge, or will we see the UP Fighting Maroons try to pull back and possibly spoil the Titans' entry into the playoffs? My name is Diego de la Paz, and I'm joined by the man from the compound, Martin Diaz, and our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, manning the sidelines for tonight's games. Cedric Ong tried to go razzle-dazzle, but misses it. On the putback, it's good for Jello Canillas.
Good effort there from Cornelius, crashing the boards and getting that putback to go.
Rejoice Jimenez missing from close range, and Mustafa Salaudin butterfingers that ball out of bounds. Man, I miss that chocolate. As we take a look at our quarter scoring.
Nagutom ka na rin ata, Jegs.
Yeah. Enderun Colleges, they've been leading this match all throughout. As you could see in the first, second, and third quarter, they had scored over 20 points in all 3 quarters.
I mean, look at that simple basketball being played. The two-man game to perfection here by Sean Manessa and Mustafa Salaudin.
Rivera off the target on that jumper. Salaudin with the rebound. I think the way that Enderun has been running their offense, it gives Kenneth Umba, the luxury of staying at the bench for extended periods.
For sure. You know, and this is just, again, this is what this game was for. And I think Coach Pipo and the Titans are aware of it. They want to be able to build up that bench, build up their confidence coming into going to be a really tough playoff push for them.
Oh yes, and the winner of this play-in tournament for Group Edge will be facing the unenviable task of facing the undefeated Benil Blazers.
Yep. And you know, the first time that ENDERUN and CSV matched up, it was actually a good game because they pose a lot of similar types of players with CSV. Obviously, they have Sean Umali, but they also have Albert Libago, who can match up with him. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting matchup to see. Obviously, this game is far from over, but if ENDERUN does make it through, let's see if they can make a push.
Shot clock violation for ENDERUN on that last possession. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth and final quarter. Both teams with 1 field goal each so far. Pastrana, top of the key, 3, short. Long rebound secured by Zachary Dionela. Manese, eye in the sky play once again to Salahuddin. Wow, nearly gets that same result the third time around, but this time denied by the UP defense.
I mean, how about that accuracy? The accuracy of Sean Manese's passing. He's just, I mean, I remember the first time we covered him. Medyo gigil pa siya nun eh.
Yeah, but I think after facing the tough competition in Naasku and of course a little bit of seasoning, we are seeing a more controlled, a more deliberate Sean Manese now.
For sure. Alam ko taga Lasal Green Hills ata din si Sean, no?
Oh,
From your alma mater.
nice, nice. A fellow Greenie.
Indeed. So, I do believe the NCAA Juniors playoffs is happening right now, right?
Oh yeah, and the Greenies just forced a do-or-die game against the reigning, defending back-to-back champions in Letran.
I saw I think a couple of suspensions handing out, right?
Yeah, but those suspensions will be lifted come the do-or-die game tomorrow.
I see. Wow, interesting
Yes.
development.
16 to shoot, Umba gives it up to Albert Libago. Now they go to Manese. Manese driving left. And a jumper from the baseline.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful, pretty play for ENDERUN. Again, as you mentioned earlier, simple basketball. Simple lang.
Simple lang.
Oo. Maasahan rin yung kanilang offensive plays under Coach Pipo Nondu. 10 to shoot para sa UP. 3 ball in and out para kay Paulo Galotera.
You know, one thing I will say about Coach Pipo, he's always been a brilliant X's and O's guy.
Oh.
Like, the flow of his offense has always been really good.
Manese missing from the top of the key. Now attacking here Cedric Ong. Ong trying to make his move. 15 to shoot. Well defended here by Sean Manese. Ong finds some opening. Stop and pop, and from the dunker spot gets fouled by Sean Manese.
Foul on number 9, Sean Manese. That means 4 personal fouls, 17 foul on ENDERUN.
4 minutes gone by sa ating fourth and final quarter. Again, this lead right here, not safe by any space of the imagination. And Cedric Ong could start this run right here.
Hopefully. I mean, Cedric Ong, we've been, you know, really kind of patiently waiting for his offense to get going. And, you know, he's had a couple of shots here. Hopefully these free throws can spark something within him.
2 out of 2 for Cedric Ong. Umba with the inbound. And now they're calling for a downward horns play here.
Beautiful pass.
They tried to go inside, but no dice. Now the attack here. What a pretty play for Cedric Ong, but overshoots the mark, and a foul against Kent Pastrana, disrupting Kenneth Umba's progress there.
I would say that's a good foul, actually.
Yeah,
Kenneth Umba going downhill.
yeah,
Stop him in his tracks.
yeah. That foul was 45 feet away from the basket, though. Manese. They give it up here to Joey Panganiban. Umba. Back to Manese. Udal, top of the key three. Left that one short, but Manese getting that board. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Panganiban not wasting any time. Ichi ni San. 76 to 58. And ENDERUN is rolling.
I think we're getting a glimpse here of what Joey Panganiban can really develop into. With this consistent jumper, he is now a 3-level scorer and a real weapon for the ENDERUN Titans.
Libago. Fake the pass. 12 to shoot. Libago gets the ball back from Manese. Drives to the lane. Gets fouled.
I love what ENDERUN is doing here. Again, Albert Libago setting the action is a very dangerous player because you just don't know what he's going to do.
76 to 60 is our count with 4:45 left in the fourth. And let's go to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, with this report. Bianca?
Go hard, says 24-year-old Joshelle Gastador of the ENDERUN Titans during our pre-game interview. However, nabati man ng sprain ang kanyang performance tonight, ay may tiwala pa rin si Joshelle that his teammates can lift past his team. Recruited from Laguna in 2020, this is Joshelle's last year in collegiate basketball, and although he will have to miss a few games with ENDERUN due to his sprain, Joshelle still hopeful that he can be able to go back in court in a few weeks para masulit niya ang remaining months niya as a college basketball player. Now, Diego and Morten, on behalf of Joshelle, who is stepping up for ENDERUN.
Thank you very much, Bianca Tagarda. And we mentioned earlier, it was Joey Panganiban that stepped up big together with Kenneth Umba and some Sean Manese as well.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think ENDERUN, it's when someone goes down, it provides an opportunity for players to step up. And I think Sean Manese, as you mentioned, Joey Panganiban as expected, but also Doniel Udal has really come up big in this ballgame.
Kenneth Umba missing from beyond the arc. Joey Panganiban missing from the left baseline. Udal, extra pass, Manese, but first a traveling violation called against Sean Manese. Got caught dancing to the wrong song. And probably at the wrong dance floor as well.
Yeah, a little overexcited there on that play. Missed his step, got called for the travel.
Less than 4 minutes remaining, and a 17-point advantage for the ENDERUN Titans entering the final stretch of this match. And potentially, we are seeing ENDERUN punching their ticket into the quarterfinals. Galotera missing that long two. And a miss there by Injiga from close range. Kenneth Umba. Panganiban at the right wing. 15 to shoot. They go to Sean Manese. Umba at the left elbow. And an offensive foul against Kenneth Umba. And Celson Injiga was left flying and crashing to the ENDERUN College's hardwood floor.
I mean, it was a good defensive effort there from Injiga. You know, he actually didn't extend the arm, but he dipped his shoulder into it. So a good call there by the ref.
I know the answer to this, but I'd like to ask this question to you. How tough is it to fall on the hardwood floor here at ENDERUN?
You know, surprisingly, it's not too bad.
Oh.
I would say, like, this court was very well made. It's actual wood.
Yeah.
So there's a cushion of air underneath it. So when you fall, may konting bounce siya.
Yes. Okay, that was my exact same answer because I once also played on this floor.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah, I know how it feels like to play a competitive match on this floor here at ENDERUN.
It's a good court. That's why we're so thankful. Shout out to ENDERUN Colleges for being the home of Pinoyliga Cup.
And a close range shot up and in for Jello Canillas. And we got a timeout called by the ENDERUN Colleges Titans. Still holding on to a huge lead here, 79 to 64, despite that Canillas close range shot. As we are down to the midnight hours of this match, we'll be back after this break.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
are down to the final 2 minutes and 45 of this fourth and final quarter match between ENDERUN and UP. Midnight hours is upon us. And it is literally almost nearing the stroke of midnight. Also as well from here at ENDERUN Colleges in Taguig City. 14 to shoot. Dionela gets the ball. They go to Manese. Extra pass here to Joey Panganiban. Udal. Manese. Now they go inside. Mustafa Salaudin missing with 3 on the shot clock. 2:20 left. Teodoro. Shah launches a 3 off to the left.
Ayaw talaga para kay siya.
And a rebound there by Joey Panganiban. Wanted to get the ball back, gets it back. And missing that shot on that veer step. And we are down to the last 2 minutes. And it's brought to you by Eastern Communications. Ali Shah making his move, left lane drive and straight to the hole.
There you go. Must be a sigh of relief there for Ali Shah.
Oh yeah, 79-66 with a minute and 35 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. ENDERUN Colleges a heartbeat away.
Wow, what a power rebound.
Yeah, Joey Panganiban showing us he's got the stuff. And with this win, by the way, ENDERUN will go 2-0 here in the Group Edge play-in tournament and will automatically make it into the quarter-final round where they will face the Benil Blazers. Also in the Group Edge bracket of the quarter-final round, EAC will face Guangming College, while De La Salle will have to await that last day matchup between San Sebastian College Recoletos and St. Dominic College of Asia Pikemen. So if the Pikemen win on Thursday, it will be them that will take the automatic berth into the quarterfinal round. But if not, we will have to determine the team that will go through via the quotient system. So we'll have to compute for all 3 teams and how they fared.
Let's see. I'm curious to see. I mean, how about the St. Dominic Pikemen, right?
Yes,
writing their own story in this Pinoyliga Next Man Cup.
Yeah, the way that they also won earlier against the Ateneo Blue Eagles 57-45, led by diminutive guard Jay De Manuel, 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Magnificent victory for them. Down to the last minute of this match, and it's a 12-point advantage for ENDERUN. And that 3 ball down the hatch for Zach Dionela.
That must feel good.
Yes, everything but the shouting here for this matchup.
And now, you know, towards the end of this game, you see Ali Shah showing some really good signs of potential here, and a little bit of what, you know, Coach Potter has been referring to.
Another 3 ball. 1, 2, 3. Zachary Janela.
Okay, Ruck, go on then.
Shah making his move. Foul line J won't go, and the rebound by Janela. And 5 seconds left, and he will just dribble out the clock. Your final score, 86-70. ENDERUN Colleges books the first ticket into the quarterfinal round, defeating the UP Fighting Maroons and LPU to make their entry into the round of 8. They will face the Benil Blazers, and then the EAC Generals will be facing the Guangming College Flying Dragons. Once again, your final score, 86-70, the home team, ENDERUN College's Titans over the UP Fighting Maroons in this matchup in the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup play-in round, brought to you by the Shawarma Shack. And we will listen in to the school hymns for both ENDERUN Colleges and then the UP Fighting Maroons.
13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Kenneth Umba.
Mga kaligain here with our best player of the game, the back-to-back-to-back best player of the game. That is Kenneth Umba from the ENDERUN Titans. Now, congratulations, Kenneth, for this win. Now, how are you able to consistently perform from back-to-back double-double performances in just a span of 3 days?
You know, he's still my teammate. We just share the ball, find an open guy, stay consistent in defense. That's all. We just play together. And my teammate always find me.
Okay, Kenneth, now your teammates are right there supporting you, but you're going to the quarterfinals. How do you feel?
Yeah, we're ready for that. You know, we always want to compete. So hopefully DJ can recover fast and we're just going to go forward.
And lastly, would you like to give a shout out to thank someone or to greet someone live?
For this game first, I shout out my guy, Yoj Panganiban. I shout out all the community of Pinoyliga. I shout out my point guard, DJ. I shout out the public. I shout out the community of ENDERUN and all the sponsors of the Pinoyliga.
Thank you so much for shouting out everyone here in this gym. Now, shout out to you as well, Kenneth, for doing good tonight. Now, that's all for Best Player of the Game interview. Now, let's go back to Jago and Martin.
All right, thank you very much, Bianca Tagarda, with the interview with the man beast, Kenneth Umba, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks in a double-double effort, leading the ENDERUN College's Titans to that 86-70 victory against the UP Fighting Maroons. And coming up this Thursday, earlier start time at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Still here at the ENDERUN College's Gymnasium in Taguig City. San Sebastian Golden Stags against the St. Dominican College of Asia Pikemen. And then it will be the LPU Pirates and the UP Fighting Maroons for a consolation victory game at 7 in the evening. And final words, Martin, as we send you over, as we bring you the Shawarma Shack game highlights of this matchup.
I mean, what a performance by ENDERUN. I think making a statement here that they mean business coming into this quarterfinal matchup. So hopefully they can bring that momentum and, you know, get a little bit of some health back as they get ready for this quarterfinal matchup.
All right, on behalf of our game director, Jethro Bautista, floor director, Philip Obenza, of course, our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda, and my partner right here, the man from the compound, Martin Daez. My name is Diego Dapa, signing off for now. We will see you on Thursday as we bring you the final day of the play-in tournament of your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 3, presented by the Shawarma Shack. Dito, Team B ang bida. Auf Wiedersehen, good day and good night.